Time for Arizona.
Figured out pulling the sticker off in the car rather than out in the wind this time.
Alrighty, our fifth state of Arizona.
Woohoo!
Yay!
So we got some bad news for people looking to buy oceanfront property in Arizona. We've driven over quite a lot of the state now and haven't found any yet.
No, I don't think we're going to get the Golden Gate for free either, babe.
Yeah, I'm starting to think it was all a scam.
I think so. We're a couple of dinks in our mid-30s.
With 2 Yorkies and a severe case of the travel bug. Join us on this 12-leg journey as we explore this beautiful country.
We'll be posting videos every Monday, so be sure to like and subscribe to join us on this journey.
Just wanted to come on here and tell you a quick story about what happened tonight. It's interesting. We were at a Love's truck stop in the middle of nowhere, Arizona.
We heard a commotion going on outside the trailer and it was weird, didn't know what it was.
So I got out to investigate and found out that it was a guy trying to catch a stray dog that kept running across the interstate. And after about half an hour, it finally rounded itself into the little dog park at the Love's rest stop. So I got it locked in the pen and then went and got Amber.
Yeah, the dog seemed to kind of be afraid of the guys that were trying to corral it. So I went in there and she was still scared, but she came up to me and let me pet her and give her treats. So I'm glad I was there.
Eventually, Amber was able to get a leash on it. And the guy that was originally trying to catch the dog volunteered to take it for the night to try to get it to a lady that does the rescue stuff in Seligman. And talking to him, he offered up that he owned the 2 hotels here in Seligman, and that if we wanted to follow him, he'd give us a free hotel room for the night. And so here we are, cute little hotel. The boys are nice and comfy and warm.
Oh, yes.
So it's pretty nice. And when we drove into the town, found out it's on right off a historic Route 66. So the town's right up our alley.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll definitely be exploring in the morning. Nice little treat to have a hotel room. First hotel room on this trip.
I know.
Really nice guy. His name's Ravi, and it's Deluxe Inn. I gotta look up the name. He owns the Deluxe Inn and the Supai here in Seligman, which is only about an hour and a half away from the Grand Canyon. So if you're ever going to the South Rim, strongly suggest staying here. The owner's really nice, and it's a cute little hotel.
It really is. We'll get showers and all kinds of goodies in the morning. I'm excited.
It's quite the exciting treat. Charlie really liked that horse. He barked at it and barked at it.
All on your morning walk.
Yeah. Supai Motel is the other hotel that the guy owns from last night. Here in Seligman, Arizona, cute little town off of Route 66 that we never would have found if the nice guy from last night hadn't given us the free hotel room. Just had a breakfast here at Lilo's Diner, our cafe. Had chicken fried steak and Amber had biscuits and gravy.
It was good.
Had some of the best gravy we've ever had. And I got a slice of their world famous carrot cake to try later because it was rather filling breakfast.
Apparently this town is famous for cars. Which I've seen the movie, but I didn't realize this is where it is.
Not quite the right car.
No, but it gives you the idea. Oh, they got a little police car back here.
I like that Jeep.
You what?
That would be a nice Jeep for the farm.
Oh, it's a little run down.
Yeah.
And it's missing a seat. Well, not really missing it. It's just not in the right spot.
Kind of disintegrated.
Yeah, just a little.
Oh, Coke, 10 cents. That was a little while ago.
That would be nice.
It's a nice little car. Tomater.
Look at that. We got an alien. A cowboy alien.
Oh, that's pretty scary. Must have escaped from Area 51.
They must have.
Made it down Route 66. Oh, people have put padlocks on the front too.
Oh, look at that. That's pretty nifty, babe.
That's pretty nifty. There's people on that balcony.
People on the roof. Oh, and sitting in the chairs too. Made it to the Grand Canyon. Woo! Yay!
Been wanting to come here a long time. We've driven past it a few times in our travels. Well, within reasonable distance. Just never made the time to come. So exciting to finally be here. Pretty Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
Made it to the Grand Canyon.
We did.
Try and get a picture of you guys.
This is wide angle enough.
All right.
Thank you though. Amber,
What?
can you turn around for a second?
Hello.
There we go. Well, that was pretty fun. It is rather people here today.
Well, we came during
Christmas break.
vacation time. We weren't thinking about that.
So we're gonna go see if we can find a less populated area of the Grand Canyon. Well, it's not quite Grand Canyon National Park proper, but we're all of like 3 miles away for the night. $10 for this little spot for the night. Looks pretty cute, and we'll make for an easy trip back into the park tomorrow. It was way too peoply by the time we finally got in there today, so hoping to actually be able to get there at the crack of dawn tomorrow and get to see more of the park. Got the whole campground to ourselves here. It's pretty. The Charlie here is not the biggest fan of campfires.
The Grand Canyon, located in Arizona, is 277 miles long. It begins at Lee's Ferry and ends at the Grand Wash Cliffs. The depth of the canyon varies, however the deepest portion is over a mile at 6,000 feet and is 10 to 18 miles across. The canyon is so immense that a trip by foot to the bottom of the canyon and back takes 2 days. A trip through the canyon by raft takes 2 weeks or longer. The Grand Canyon first received federal protection in 1893 as a forest reserve and later as a national monument. The Grand Canyon became a national park in 1919, 3 years after the creation of the National Park Service. Today, the park receives almost 5 million visitors a year, quite a bit more than the original 44,000 visitors it received in 1919. The first Europeans to explore the Grand Canyon were soldiers led by Garcia Lopez de Cardenas in 1540. The first person to rise through the Grand Canyon was John Wesley Powell in 1869, when he was exploring the Colorado River that runs through the canyon.
So when you're coming down.
What's our elevation?
Hi.
That's what it felt like to me. Well, we originally started coming up this road. I just had my sweater on. I was hit by an Arctic blast of cold air.
It was impressively cold.
Yeah, so I had to go back to get my lovely little, whatever this is, my vest, my puffer vest. Much better. But Kyle said it's too bad he wasn't filming because I had a great reaction.
It was pretty funny.
It was cold.
It was weird because in the parking lot it wasn't cold. It hit the trail and whoo, man, right in the face. No injury. That's pretty cool. A little pit with a roof over it. The roof is a recreation.
Well, obviously. Well, but look, see, they built up above it in the ladders. Hey, that's kind of like what you'll see in Mesa Verde. They have some of those.
Ooh, this one we can go into.
Oh, housing.
Decent sized little room.
That's what I was thinking too.
I like the trees around here. They're really unique shapes.
They are.
Everything's so dry too.
In Arizona?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shocking, isn't it?
Almost like Nevada, which is one giant desert.
Right. Apparently it's the on-seed junipers that I like so much.
Gonna go plant some now, babe?
I don't know that I want to live in an area where they grow well. Not sure Arizona's our cup of tea for living.
No, I don't think Arizona's for us.
I do like trees.
No.
Did you know that?
I'm learning this. I just met you yesterday.
Right. Ooh, that one's split. I definitely prefer starting the journey going uphill.
Yes.
Save the downhill for the way back.
I agree. The jackrabbits. They're big ears.
They're pretty big ears. Almost as big as Frankie's there.
Or the satellite dishes.
A garden's on the canyon slopes. That'd be fun. Camera just never does justice for how deep a canyon is.
Oh, there are stairs over there.
Oh, yay.
Because they're all back in, man, there's a ton of them.
They had running water sometimes, huh?
Apparently.
During dry seasons, not so much.
So they just had to store water.
Not sure what that is, but it looks like it was something.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Definitely looks like it was something.
There's no signs, who knows?
National parks and monuments not allowing us to carry little dogs in purses is very frustrating.
Yes, and our dogs are quiet too when they're in their purses. No one knows they're there.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Here in our 5th state of Arizona, and we're hitting 5,000 miles into the journey just now. There we go. It's been a lot of driving so far. Once we get to the East Coast, this will hopefully slow down because the gas budget has been through the roof. But it's been a fun journey so far. Crystal Forest was a forest. Oh, that one is cool.
Yeah.
Look at all those colors. Definitely looks crystal. Broken up with...
That was exciting.
Oh, the colors in that one are pretty though.
That's really pretty.
The greens and reds. It's weird how different they are. Apparently the different colors are based on what minerals were soaked up in it or something.
That makes sense.
Is what I was reading in the... Ooh, that's a big one. Just fields and fields, the petrified wood. That's pretty cool. Petrified wood is pretty unique. I haven't seen this quantity of it anywhere. Probably why they did make it a national park. Gets a little chilly in the mornings here in Arizona. All bundled up for the day.
It's very chilly.
Along for the ride, Charlie. All right, babe, count the rings, see how old it was.
Oh, I can't count those.
They're a little blurred. You can definitely tell there are rings there, but they're a little blurred.
I need a tree that's a little more recent than that.
It's a nice big one right there next to the path. Thing there as big as Amber. Not quite as big as Frankie. camera just doesn't do justice for how big these things are. It's a little thorny over there. Feel all leathery.
Yeah.
So poor little Frankie here has been getting little thorns in his paws all over Arizona. And one of the campgrounds, he got it in both of his back paws, so he was doing a squat and walk, trying not to walk on his paws till we figured out what the issue was. It's funny because he'll be quiet about it when something's actually hurting him and bothering him. But you breathe in his direction and he'll squeal bloody murder.
Yeah.
But once he knows he gets attention for something, then he'll play it up for a week.
He's a little dramatic.
It's a good thing he's a cute little guy.
He is.
Careful of your little paws, Frankie. Careful what you pee on. It might poke back.
They almost poked themselves in the little wieners last night.
Yeah. They don't know what cacti are. They don't know to be scared of them. All right, come on, Charlie.
You're gonna poke yourself.
It's like a kid with a hot oven. They'll only poke themselves once, hopefully.
Yeah, well, you can only hope.
Oh, this is a cool little bridge.
Frankie, come here. I'm gonna hold you.
What do you think of that drop off there, Charlie?
Yeah, that's why I'm holding Frankie.
He might have looked at it. Yeah, Charlie, if he starts falling, gets caught by the leash.
Yeah, Frankie does not, and you probably don't want to crawl down there to get him.
I really like the short little fat one.
It's pretty cute.
It looks like whiskey barrel.
These are quite the stairs.
Yeah, they are. Some of them are just simply massive.
Yeah. This one here is a little tall. There we go.
That's a cool little tree. The stairs were too much for the princess. Had to be carried.
He gets carried a lot. He's an old man. Well, made it to our camp spot for the night. We're at Tombstone RV Park. I am excited to get to go explore the sites. We're a mile away from, I don't know, Allen Street? The touristy one, whichever one it was called. It's a pretty cute little place. Little picnic table. Hello, babe.
Hello.
On our spot number, it's right over here. Oops. Here lies 27. I got a little tree. That's a pretty cute little spot. We're gonna go get some dinner. Not sure where, but we'll figure it out.
This morning we're here in Tombstone, Arizona. It's a little bit of a blustery day today. Got some thick cloud cover. It's only 40 degrees, but with the wind chill, it was down to 17 last night.
It was cold last night.
That was a big tumbleweed. Right further deep. Skeletons in there. That one's a funny looking stagecoach right there. Wonder what this fella did.
Something he wasn't supposed to.
Looks like he's been hanging there for a while. Lost a leg along the way. There's the restaurant me and Amber went and had dinner at last night.
It was a nice date night. It'd been a while.
It really was. Had pretty dang good pot roast and meatloaf.
Oh yes. And Yukon Gold mashed taters.
Yeah, that's the most important thing for Amber.
Yeah.
That's her favorite food in the whole world.
Yukon Gold taters.
Crystal Palace.
Ooh.
Big Nose Kate's Saloon.
I don't think it was her nose that was big.
Yeah, we saw some pictures last night that suggested it was other things that people were paying attention to.
That is so cool. Stagecoach.
Horses with the carriage.
Ooh, those big horsies.
That there is a creepy doll.
You have that tired, rundown feeling.
Shot. Good Enough Mine, underground tours.
Rattlesnakes and bees.
Oh, fun.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Frankie did not think that was okay.
Amber got a hard hat on to do some mining.
I'm all ready. I hear it's warmer in the mine, so I'm excited.
Yeah, they better not be lying.
Right?
There's a loud bell that just went off, and neither of the boys like that.
Yo, Frankie almost jumped out of his purse.
Tombstone has very much been a tourist trap that we have really enjoyed. It's a cute little town.
Highly recommend it. I wanted to come here my whole life, so it's really cool to get to see it.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Into the mine. Whew.
We're gonna go down where it's a lot warmer.
Yay!
That was good.
Now I'll be answering your questions throughout the mine. Actually, don't ask any questions till the end, okay? I'll answer most of the questions you have throughout the tour. At the end, if there's any questions, by all means ask me and I will let you know. Okay? Now, both miners are coming up and down this incline shaft with no stairs, carrying 100 pounds of ore on their back with the other hand, hold a candle, and with those slick leather shoes.
Oh my goodness.
Welcome to the Good Enough Mine.
A little short down here.
All right. Now, the ground does get kind of even, so be very careful in what you're putting, okay? Now, if you come with me, You look up to your left up here. Now, that drift right there contained information on the ribs and on the back. And you look right here, these are arrows. Shows you that's the way into the mine. However, if you look right up there, that's an X. It means there's danger in that drift. It also means there's no exit. So you can walk back 80 feet, drop right down a 150-foot shaft.
That's awesome.
Now, if you look above your head, I'm going to shine a light right above you, right there. That is an O.
Oh,
Right there.
there. Yep.
Well, that O right there means there is an opening, and it's a way out. That connects to our Toughen Up mine. And what they would do, just to keep everybody honest, well, they'd put in bars, like the jail bars, just to keep them honest, as you don't come over here. But they did share the air. Anybody got any idea what this black rock is? Here's your quiz.
Makes
Now,
sense.
silver is black in ore. Well, it's ore. Now, 90% of the silver being mined was this right here, and it is silver chloride. In fact, back there, they only called it chloride. Now, we do have high-grade silver in the mine also. I'll show you what that looks like later on, so you can compare it. Now, what's causing this to turn silver? Or turn black? It's not bright white silver here. It will be by the end of the tour. All right. Well, just like your grandma's silver, it tarnishes, turns black, right? All right. Well, what's causing this one to oxidize is this. This is manganese oxide. Manganese oxide was used for gunpowder and explosives.
Okay.
Now, we didn't need it at the mine, and so when they got all our ore down to the mill down in Charleston, 8 miles away, well, they would separate it. And they had a big old mountain of it stockpiled because we didn't need it. So we closed in 1898. Well, 20 years later, World War I started. The Army came down about every ounce that we had, and had they not done that, we would have ran out of bullets 2 years before the war ended.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Now, also in World War II, they reopened some of these mines to get the lead for bullets. So we helped 2 war efforts, World War I and World War II.
Oh, that's cool.
I do want to take a look behind you. That's called cribbing and dabbing. Now, the timbers there are not actually supporting the back. They're there as an early warning system. If they moan, groan, or start singing, it's time to get out. All right? I haven't heard them sing. In fact, I don't even know what song they know. Now, we had Irish and English miners in the mine, and this is what they did back in England in soft rock coal mines. They intricately placed a stone, interlocked them together, so it would support the back in case of collapse. They also used it to get the waste rock, or the scrap rock, out of the way, so they could get the ore out. They're not going to take this up to the surface.
Yeah.
This is not ore. Now, supervisors told them, hey, this is a hard rock mine. It's self-supporting, so you don't need to do all this. So if you look right here, they never finished it.
Ah.
You look down there, they finished it even less.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't have to do it anymore. The miners that were down here at the time said they never felt a thing. They didn't even know about it till they got to the surface and there was buildings totally destroyed.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, very stable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in World War II, it was so stable that the government designated this as a bomb shelter for air raids, and there was enough provisions down here for 1,200 people.
Oh, wow.
Food and medicine. Now,
Impressive.
it's a good thing they did, because there's 3 places that got bombed during World War II. One of them is Pearl Harbor. The other one is Dutch Harbor up in Alaska, and the other one was 30 miles from here at Fort Huachuca.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Now, because we didn't do the topside stuff, well, I'm going to give you more information down here. How's that?
Okay.
Sounds good.
Make up for it. This rock right here, this is what they were mining through. This is granite and limestone. You look at the
pretty.
coloration
Yeah.
and the texture, well, it looks a lot different than that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 100 million year old. It was formed at the same time as the Grand Canyon. It's sedimentary layered rock. It's the floor of the ocean.
Oh.
Now we know that because it is sedimentary rock, and also the University of Arizona, well, they tested this rock about 20 years ago and found 100 million year old sea fossils in it.
Oh,
Oh, that's
cool.
Now it's a fissure. A fissure is a big crack. It goes all the way to the surface. Well, If you take a plum, put it out in the hot sun, the heat and the pressure, it builds pressure, right? And that pressure will crack it all the way up to the surface, to the skin, and it'll crack it open. Well, that's what this does. Extreme pressure and heat cause this to fissure and crack up to the surface of the earth. Any idea what this blue rock might be?
Is that turquoise?
That is the number one wrong guess.
What's the one that turns green? Copper?
Nope. It is the sister rock to turquoise, though. You were almost there. Now it's called chrysocolla. Chrysocolla is silica based, and turquoise is phosphorus. So phosphorus is very hard. Silica is like sand, so you can't make turquoise or jewelry out of it because it'll crack, crumble, and fall apart. So back in the 1970s, some guys did figure out a way. Well, they crushed it up, mixed it with resin, made the most beautiful turquoise jewelry you ever saw at 10 times the value of turquoise. Well, when the jewelers figured that they were getting duped, they figured out a way to test it.
Oh.
It's very scientific. You lick it. If you lick chrysocolla, it will draw the moisture right out of your tongue, and your tongue will stick to it.
Oh my.
If you lick turquoise, it'll slide right across. Now, I don't suggest you go to our turquoise store.
Try it out.
These are 1880 seismographs right here. Now, they're put into that fissure, that's part of this, and they're put in at an angle. Now, the rock is marked on the back. Now, every day before the ship, the engineers would come in and take a look at these, make sure they're in place. Now, if they're not, if they move at all or they're down on the ground, well, everybody's got to get out, and the engineers come in, find out what happened, shore it all up before the miners could return. Now, we do the same thing today. This morning I came down, made sure all these are in place, and other things throughout the mine, make sure it's safe for you. These are 140 years old and haven't moved a fraction of an inch.
Oh.
Not even during that earthquake. That right there is high-grade silver ore.
Oh.
Oh.
It's quite a bit different, isn't it?
So that's what they followed.
Yep, that's what they
Hey, this room looks familiar.
So that whole,
Everywhere you walked was this. Yep, and that whole area.
was it solid?
It's on the San Pedro River. They needed water to process the ore. We didn't have any up here, so they took this size of rock right here, put it in burlap bags, crawled right up that incline shaft with no stairs, with a candle in the other hand.
Oh.
They'd take it up the ladder, out to the surface where we had ore wagons. Now we had 3 ore wagons. Each one of them carried 12 tons of ore. Every day down to the mill. That was 36 tons of ore being hauled out of here per day. Now, they take that size of ore, put it in a jaw crusher. Now the jaw crusher crushed it like this, kind of like jaws, and it crushed it down to this size right here. Now, this is low-grade silver, and it is a little bit heavy. All hands, yeah.
There's a honey bucket.
Boothill Graveyard was originally known as Tombstone Cemetery and established in 1878. A new cemetery was opened in 1884, which caused much of the Boothill Graveyard, or Old Cemetery, to fall into neglect and disrepair. Boothill earned its name from the numerous violent deaths that occurred in Tombstone during the roaring mining days of the 1880s. Those buried in this graveyard include outlaws, pioneers, and the hardy citizens of Tombstone. There are 256 people present in this graveyard, with 93 unknown or unmarked. The following are some of the death stories of people buried in Boothill Graveyard. An unknown gentleman was found in an abandoned mine in 1882 with no identification. He was found at the bottom of a 60-foot shaft of the Minute Mine. He was well dressed, which indicated he was not a miner. Billy Clanton, Tom McLary, and Frank McLary were murdered on the streets of Tombstone in 1881. They died as a result of the OK Corral battle with the Earp brothers and Doc Holliday and the Cowboys. 3 men were killed and 3 were wounded. Billy Kinsman was shot by a woman much older than him who was jealously in love with him in 1883. It is said that death never took a holiday in Tombstone. In 1882, Hilly, a schoolboy, fell while walking on a pair of stilts and injured his back. He seemed only slightly injured, but the next morning he died suddenly with a spasm. Three-fingered Jack Dunlop, part of a band of train robbers, attempted to rob an express car which Jeff Milton was guarding. Dunlap was critically wounded and his friends left him to die. He was found and brought to Tombstone, where he lived long enough to inform on his friends. James Tilley was a miner employed by the Grand Central Mining Company. In 1881, to avoid being crushed as the cage shot upward towards the timbers overhead, he jumped and fell 250 feet to the bottom of the shaft. Margarita was stabbed by Gold Dollar. The two Dantal girls quarreled over a man, and Gold Dollar won.